All right, we're working on variation problems. And so you'll see in my math lab a problem that looks like this. If y varies directly as x and y equals 9 when x equals 8, find y when x is 16. And so the first thing is that when you see y varies directly as x, that means this. All right, so you put this k here to mean that it varies directly. Now, how it varies exactly depends on exactly what k is. And so we'll need to find out what k is in order to do this problem. And then that's why this information here is given. So this information, I should put it in red, is here to find k. So then once we find k, then we can answer any question we have about this equation. Okay, so y varies directly as x, so that means y is some constant k times x. In order to find what that constant is, we'll use the fact that when, and this is given, when y is 9, then x is 8. That means you go here and you replace this y with a 9 and this x with an 8. And you solve for k. So 9 is equal to k times 8. And so 8k is equal to 9. And then divide both sides by 8. K is 9 over 8. And then you go back and you rewrite this k as 9 over 8. And this now is the equation fully that relates x and y. You then answer the question. Well, the question was, what's y? Find y when x is 16. Then you plug 16 in for x. 9 over 8 times 16 is 18, and 18 is the answer. If y varies inversely as x, and y is 12 and x is 7, find y when x is 10. And so inversely means division, because the operation we're talking about is multiplication. So the inverse operation, the opposite operation of multiplication, is division. So y varies, again, this constant k is here, divided by x because it's inversely. The steps are the same. You write the equation y equals k over x. There's some extra information given that y is 12 and x is 7. That is what we're going to use to find out what k is. We're going to go back to this equation, replace y with 12 and x with 7. Multiply both sides by 7. K is 84. Write the equation now, going back, with what we now know k to be, and that is 84. So y is now 84 over x. And then let's answer the question. Find y when x is 10. Well, when x is 10, you go back here and you replace this x with 10, and you get 8.4, and that is the answer. Y varies directly as x and inversely as the square of z. That means two things. Directly as x means, well, varies directly means that there's a constant k. X directly as x means x is in the numerator, and inversely as the square of z means that z to the second power is in the denominator. That's the equation. The steps are the same. Find the constant k. Well, when k, we'll use this extra information to find the constant k. When x is 75 and z is 5, then y is 45. And so we plug all that in. K is the only unknown here, so we can solve for it. 75 over 25 is 3. 45 is equal to 3k. Divide both sides by 3. K is 15. We then go back, replace this k with 15. Y is equal to 15x over z squared. And then now we can answer the question. We find y when x is 45 and z is 3. 45 over 9 is 5. 5 times 15 is the answer, and it's 75. Y varies jointly as a and b and inversely as the square root of c. Y varies jointly, that means the multiplication of a and b, and inversely divided by the square root of c. The information is that y is 16 when a is 4 and b is 2, and c is 16. Replacing all that allows us again to solve for k. The square root of 16 is 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times k is 2k. 16 is equal to 2k. Divide both sides by 2. K is 8. Going back here, replacing k with 8 gives us the full equation that y is equal to 8 times ab over the square root of c. And the question is now fully answerable. When a is 5 and b is 4 and c is 4, then y is equal to 8 times 5 times 4 over the square root of 4. The square root of 4 is 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 times 8 gives us the answer. The answer is 80. Write an equation that expresses the relationship, then solve for u. The formula is n equals k times u times a squared. That means, well, and that's because n varies jointly as u and the square of a. And so n varies jointly, the product of u and a squared, and it directly. And they wanted us to solve for u. And so we'll take the box here away. So then solving for u is equal to n over k a squared. To get u by itself, you divide by k and a squared. Hope it helps.